The Gospel of Mark, chapter 2, starting in verse 13. He went out again beside the sea, and all the crowd was coming to him, and he was teaching them. And as he passed by, he saw Levi, the son of Alphaeus, sitting at the tax booth. And he said to him, "Follow me." And he rose and followed him. And as he reclined at table in his house, many tax collectors and sinners were reclining with Jesus and his disciples, for there were many who followed him. And the scribes of the Pharisees, when they saw that he was eating with sinners and tax collectors, said to his disciples, "Why does he eat with tax collectors and sinners?" And when Jesus heard it, he said to them, "Those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners." Hey y'all, I am Jeff Newell. I'm the youth director at Covenant in Sharon. I'm excited to go through this passage with you guys because I find it both challenging, but also very encouraging. So, first, just look at the players. Player number one, Jesus, God in human form, God with skin on, the eternal God, walking around on the earth. Player number two, Pharisees. These are the most religious people of the day. They are looked up to by everyone. They obey the laws better than everyone else. Group number three, sinners. We're not told a ton about them other than that they are sinners. They are not seen well by the normal population of people. And then group number four is we have a couple groups of tax collectors. So first, we got to start with this. Who are tax collectors? In that day, Jews lived among the Romans. The Romans kind of had control. And so the Jews had to pay taxes to the Romans. Now, the Romans had to find someone who would collect this tax from the people. And so the Romans would find a Jew who would, in a sense, like turn his back on his people and work for them. And so, first thing, tax collectors seen as a traitor. Thing number two, Romans gave them power to collect more than they were supposed to and then keep all that money for themselves. So, say you owed $5 in taxes. The tax collector could say, "Hey, you owe me $10, and if you don't give it to me, I'm going to send these Roman centurions to go and take your house away." He could take $10, he could take $20, and there was nothing that the people could do to stop it. So tax collector is one, a traitor, and two, a thief. And one of the problems is that this made a lot of them rich. And everyone's just looking at them like, you are a sellout, you are a traitor, you are a thief, and you are rich. There's something so wrong with that. Cool. So in this story, what did Jesus do? He ate dinner with them. He ate dinner with the sinners and the tax collectors, and he hung out with them. And he did it in such a way where the Pharisees, the religious people, they didn't get it. Like, what are you doing? You're hanging out with the bad people. Those, like, what is wrong with you? So, we'll get to why Jesus did this. And he did say it. He says, look, I didn't come for the good people. I came for the bad people. It's not the healthy that need a doctor. It's the sick. And we kind of get that. But here's where this is challenging. Test yourself. If you had to make a list of the good and the bad people at your school, maybe in your youth group, or maybe like your youth group is the good people and there's like those other people. When you think of the bad people, is your thoughts about them, is it more similar to Jesus or the Pharisees? If we see bad people and we try to push them away and think of them as other, could it be that we're more like Pharisees than Jesus? So that's my challenge first. Second thing, if you had a screen on your forehead that broadcast all of your thoughts every day, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you had to go around school go around your family, go around your friends with all of your thoughts just on your forehead for everyone else to see, would people think of you as a good person? Or maybe somehow there was a video that emerged of you at your absolute worst moment. Something you have done in private that you hope no one else ever sees. But a video gets out and people see this. How many people are going to think of you as a good person? How would you still think of yourself as a good person? Take this a little further. Do you ever get frustrated with yourself? Do you ever just get kind of sick of yourself? It's like you want to do good, but you keep doing bad, and like you don't want to do it, but you keep doing it, and you find that you get stuck in ruts, and then you tend to drift from God, and then you just feel sick. And you feel like a loser. Confession, I have. Many times I know all too well that I am not a good person. There is so much wrong that still exists with me. But here's my encouragement for you if you look at yourself and you say, hey, yeah, that's kind of me too. If we look at verse 13, I saw this the other day and it really struck me. It says that he, Jesus, went out again beside the sea, and all the crowd was coming to him, and he was teaching them. And as he passed by, he saw Levi, the son of Alphaeus, sitting at the tax booth. And he said to him, follow me. Jesus already had crowds following him. Why did he need this other guy to follow him too? You know, in this passage, there's only one person who gets a personal invitation from Jesus to follow him. And it happens to be the person who is probably the biggest loser, the sickest person, the worst person. So, if you feel sick, not well, sinful, if you would be totally scared of your worst moment getting out, or if you had a screen on your forehead that showed everyone what you thought all the time, those deep, dark places, and you're like, man, I messed up. If those thoughts make you feel sinful and make you feel like a loser, be encouraged by the Jesus who came for losers like you, losers like me, losers like us. He came not for those who are well, but those who are sick. Hope that encourages you all today. Y'all are great.